This is the Richard Smith Show, where we talk about all things Kansas City Chiefs. Do you like the little Godfather music that I started out with tonight? I think I really enjoy that sound bit because that just kind of puts an exclamation point on how the Chiefs have been handling the Broncos for the last 3 or 4 years. So, with all that being said, how are we doing, Kansas City? It's another great evening here. It's Saturday night, October the 27th. Tomorrow we have a marquee matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos, which is obviously a huge rivalry that goes back years and years and years, one of the oldest in the NFL. So it is going to be a fun game. But I don't really look for it to be a close matchup. I mean, it seems to be the same thing week in and week out when it comes to these broadcasts and the Kansas City Chiefs. But I like the consistency. It's better, to know we're going to win than to hope we're going to win. So it's just nice. And we also, we have a 6-game winning streak against Denver. And in week 4, Kansas City came back from a 10-point deficit to beat the Broncos 27-23 in Mile High. And that was a pivotal game, an extremely important game for Patrick Mahomes. Basically, that put the spotlight on him and really was the turning point for the start of his career. But I guess I would say outside Chiefs Kingdom, we knew what we had coming into that. But as far as everybody else, the outsiders looking in, that Denver game really set the tone for what Mahomes has been able to do here, which is absolutely incredible. And just keep it up, bud. Keep it up. Those numbers are insane. Just keep going up week by week, 22 touchdowns. In my lifetime, I've never seen a Chiefs quarterback like this, so this is extremely exciting. So look, as we move on to the breakdown of the matchup, it really seems simple. For Kansas City, it is just execute. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything. Why fix what's not broke? Take advantage of the injuries on the Denver's defense and offense. Their offensive line is beat up. I'll get into the injury report here a little bit later, but it's really deep for Denver. So we need to take advantage of those weaknesses and just execute. Keep doing what we're doing. Put up another 40 points. Denver can't keep up with that. For their keys to win this game are really controlling the clock. Run. But if you're going to run, you still have to put up points. You have to put up points consistently. Field goals are not going to get it done. So, especially at Arrowhead Stadium, I mean, come on, Denver, you're really going to have to bring your A++ game here, and it's not looking good. You're not stacking up, against Kansas City. Denver doesn't have what it takes to beat Kansas City at Arrowhead. So many different levels, too many injuries, inconsistent play at quarterback, offensive line, wide receiver, defense. Denver's averaging just 23.6 points per game, and Kansas City's averaging 37.1. That's a huge differential for Denver to expect to make up, and I don't see that happening. So moving on to this injury report, Von Miller was questionable, but we will say that it is a huge check mark that Von Miller will play. It's been made a point all day today that he will be starting tomorrow and be playing this game. But he really doesn't have too much of an impact against Kansas City. And I say that every time that they play us because, yes, he is pivotal and is an amazing defensive player. But it just seems like when he plays the Chiefs, he gets shut down. So I'm not really too concerned about any of these injuries. Even the running back Royce Freeman, he's out as well. Outside linebacker Shane Ray is doubtful. Their third wide receiver, Deshaun Hamilton, is out, amongst others. There's a few injuries on the offensive line. They have a starting defensive back out. There's, as far as injuries, it's not looking very good for Denver, especially against a loaded and talented Kansas City team who really, our injury list is still the same week in and week out. Eric Berry obviously is still out. Justin Houston is listed as questionable or doubtful. I'm not really sure. Mitch Morse is out again, the concussion protocol. So really, it's one of those things that Denver's just not matching up, and especially with all their key injuries, which really don't even matter. As far as, look, Case Keenum, Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, that's not enough. That's not enough, Denver. You're going to have to come with more than that. Our defense is lacking right now, but I think we can handle, these three playmakers that they have, especially with all the injuries. I mean, we should really, really get to Keenum. Really, really put the pressure on him. It should be a lot of fun to watch, and especially Arrowhead. So look for a great game, but still just keep in mind this is a divisional game. I always want to say that Kansas City is just going to dominate and steamroll the Denver Broncos, but we just have to keep in mind it's still a divisional rivalry, which we have the advantage on. We've been looking really good. Actually, we won like the last 10 divisional games in a row, and last 14 of 16, some ridiculous numbers like that. That's a great divisional stat to have here in the last 5-6 years. So I look for that to continue tomorrow night. We really, really need to be on our A game too. Just keep doing what we're doing. Patrick Mahomes really needs to come out on fire. I look for Kelsey to have a big game. And really, look, we need to get Hunt the ball a little more. He's coming out huge, doing huge things out of the backfield, receiving and rushing, and let's keep putting the ball in his hands. And that's one of those things that, like Stephen A. Smith said, do we really not have the best running back in the league and wide receiver and quarterback and tight end? It's just the ball gets spread around so much. We have such huge playmakers that they're making plays all over the field and executing all the time. How do you put your focus on just one key player? So, if we didn't have, the other players to, complement Hunt, would he not be the best running back in the league? I believe he would. So it's just things like that I want us all to keep in mind is we do have those playmakers. And, yeah, they're, our numbers are still towards the top. And they might not be number one because we know how to spread the ball around. Andy Reid is a genius. The things that he has done since he's been here, Brett Veach, I mean, hands down, like class acts, they're doing a great job. No matter what facet of the game, draft, trades, execution, just everything about the Kansas City Chiefs franchise right now is just clicking, and I want it to keep up. It's amazing. It's amazing for the fan base, the NFL, and die-hard fans that had just, we've been longing for this Super Bowl, and I think that's on the tip of our tongue right now, but we don't want to speak too soon. But is it too soon to talk about that? Because everybody else seems to be. So my prediction for this game, I really look for Kansas City to run away with it. It's going to be another offensive show for the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's going to be really tough for Denver to put points on the board. I look for our linebackers to step up in this game, and really, the center's out, and I believe the right guard is out. So, I mean, we can really, really exploit that. So I look for our linebackers to have a huge day tomorrow. We might get some points off the defense. I'm looking for Pat Mahomes to have at least 3 touchdowns and, Kareem rush for 100 yards, 60 yards receiving, a couple touchdowns. Just really, really get the flow going tomorrow and keep it up all the way through the game. So tomorrow, noon, Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Denver Broncos. Let's go, Kansas City. Everybody get out there, tailgate. Get out there early. It's packed. It is packed out there in that parking lot. So get out there early, have fun, catch yourself a buzz, get in there, support the Chiefs. If this is your first game you've ever been to, oh man, you're going to have a blast. Just know you got to pound on the back of your seat and scream as loud as you can the entire game. So hey, that's how we do it here at Arrowhead Stadium. But that is my broadcast for tonight. Everybody be safe. Have a great weekend. Enjoy this game tomorrow, and I will speak with you Monday or Tuesday for the post-game show. So this is the Richard Smith Show, where we talk about all things Kansas City Chiefs.